It's alive. It's alive. I might be alive, but I'm not awake yet.
I am. Let's rock and roll. I just don't have a voice. As per usual, I don't have a voice.
We have begun to surmise that her throat is wonky because of, or as a side effect of, her MS. We've been doing some reading on a lot of, well, she's been doing some reading on a lot of MS websites that say that vocal cords go in and out.
There's a couple things that happen. Vocal cords go in and out. You have trouble controlling volume, which I know you think I do.
She has particular trouble controlling volume in the wee hours of the morning.
Oh, he's fine. And so supposedly 40 to 60% of people with MS have problems with controlling their voice, making it regulated, losing it, dropping it.
We might need to get Dante checked for MS then.
He's just loud. He can control it. He's a musician. He controls his breath.
Okay.
But it happens 2 or 3 times a week that I lose my voice.
Yep.
And what can bother me is it'll happen like mid-conversation. If I can build up and just keep talking, I can almost get my voice almost back to normal. Mm-hmm. If I just keep going and going and going. But if I stop and take a breath, then when I try again, it's like barely there. So I just can't stop.
You can. It sounds like if you stop talking as much, and your voice doesn't get...
No, not gonna happen. Good morning.
If you're new here, I'm Sam.
I'm Jessie.
Good morning and welcome. Yes, I am not chipper in the morning.
Nope.
So you may ask, why in the world do you do these in the morning if you're not chipper in the morning? Well, because the rest of our day is full. And this is the one time on the weekends, usually, that we have the opportunity to do this, is in the morning on Saturday. And it's usually early in the morning. Well, it's not. This is early. This is early. Compared to normal. Normal people on Saturday sleep in.
I did. 5:45.
This is not really sleeping in for us. This is
this
regular.
is our normal day.
This is regular time.
I would have been at half.
I just don't usually have to talk this much this early in the morning.
I talk this much all the time.
You know, she does. Karen says, "Good morning, Sam and Jess and chat. Up since 3 a.m. watching Foster the Meeple's Game-a-thon."
Ooh.
I've thought about doing that. I just can't find a good reason to. But I've thought about doing it. And I also don't know that I have the manpower to do it up here.
Yeah.
I would have to ask, and there would have to be a lot of people that are not busy with their things, but we'll see. Nice. I get to work an 11-hour shift today, Blake says.
Yay.
11 hours, dude, at a pizza place?
That's long.
Why?
Hours.
Are you...
That means somebody called out.
Did you... Okay, yeah, probably. Did you get called in to help? Were you scheduled for a regular shift and somebody dropped theirs? Man, 11 hours. Holy crapola. My daughter is 27 years old today, so I'm celebrating her. That is awesome. Nathaniel McInnes is here. What's up, Nathaniel? Good to see you. Nathaniel, I may not call you Nathaniel the whole time because Nathaniel that's a mouthful. So I might just call you Nathan. Or I might call you Mackie for Mackinness. I'm not going to call you Mackie. I'll call you Nathan at the very least. I'm sure you probably go by Nathan. And if you don't, I'll call you Nathaniel, but you have to tell me that you want me to call you Nathaniel. and then I'll let you have your wish.
I used to shorten everybody's names. I made nicknames out of everybody's names when I was a teacher.
My grandmother refused to do that with my name.
She called you Samuel?
She always called me Samuel.
Did she really?
Yes. Because of the reason I got my name.
Right.
My mom
God's gift.
and dad
Yep.
could not have a kid. They prayed, asked the Lord to give them a child, just like Hannah did in the Bible.
Right.
And they were given me, so I was given the name Samuel. So she refused
What
to
did
call
your
me
grandpa
Sam.
call you? Did he always say Samuel too then? Did he follow suit? Like, did he follow what grandma did?
Not always. With him, it was kind of normal where, you know, if he called me Samuel, it was a serious conversation. Not necessarily that I was in trouble, but he would also say Sam. You know, he would also call me Sam. She was the only one in my family that refused to call me Sam. She was the only one. Good morning,
cute.
by the way, Nathaniel says.
Good morning.
I got stuck on Nathaniel's name. I'm waiting on you to tell me I have permission to call you Nathan. Good morning, Sam and Jessie. It's been a while since I've caught a live video, and I'm glad I could watch this one. Well, we're glad to have you here, buddy.
Thanks for being here.
Yep. Did you know that the Dice Tower is moving to Fort Myers? I actually did. Yes, Blake. Jessie...
I tuned in for the update.
Tuned in for the update, and then let me know, and then I talked to Tom later on that day about everything that's going on. And yes, I did know that they were moving to Fort Myers, and pretty much it was a near unanimous decision. There was only
a few.
There was only like 2 people that were iffy on it. I mean, nobody said outright, no, I'm not doing it. There were only 2 people that were kind of iffy on it. Everybody else was like, yes, let's go. It's just it's a nicer place to live.
Really?
Generally, yeah, it's just a nicer place to live. Down in Homestead, when you see, Homestead is basically the area, but the area has like 2 cities, and there's Homestead and then there's Florida City. Florida City is, let's just call it the other side of the tracks. Let's just call it that way. It is a rough part of town.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's a rough part of town. And you have to go through Florida City to get down to the Keys. And, you know, and there's just a different lifestyle there. It's not necessarily that it's a bad place to live. It's pretty much, you know, Homestead itself is pretty much just like anywhere else in America. I mean, yeah, there's palm trees everywhere, and it's like super flat. And you have to worry about flood zones because that could happen. Oh, and there's a nuclear power plant pretty close that if it blows up, the entire bottom half of Florida is going to be gone. But
And
I mean,
Everglades, you're right next to the Everglades.
yeah, nobody really cares about the Everglades.
That's just weird. That's just weird.
I'm just kidding. Yes, the Everglades are down there, and yes, it's a national swamp. That's pretty much what it is. But
You have panthers that live in Florida. Like, there are still wild panthers that live in Florida.
danger logs, danger
That's
kitchens, yeah.
amazing.
Danger kittens, yes. I know. Yes.
That's so cool.
No, it's not cool. And if you saw one out in the wild, you would pee yourself and then take a picture.
I would. You know I would. When we drove just even our little tiny bit into the Everglades in our trip last time, there's a sign that says, I don't know what it said, but it was like, Jaguars 7 miles, you know, or something. Like, this is a range where they walk around in. I almost peed just seeing the sign. I was so excited.
It's one of those signs. It's like, you know, up in normal America, it's like deers.
Deer crossing.
You're gonna see deers, so be careful. Don't hit them. They're stupid. Yeah, no. Down in Florida, it's like you're in the habitat of jaguars and panthers.
I was so excited.
Don't get out of your car. You know, it's that kind of. That's the message it's sent to me.
No, Emily said.
It's like drive faster, get out of there,
That when they visited the Everglades and they were speaking to the rangers and stuff, the ranger said, in this area you've already walked past 7 boa constrictors.
No, thank you.
And I was like, she goes, but you don't see them, but you have probably walked statistically past 7 in this little area. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
No, it's not cool. Danger noodles, danger logs, danger kitties. Danger, danger, danger. No, thank you.
Danger air.
No, the air's pretty good down there.
Well, except the hurricanes.
Okay, well, yeah.
Danger air.
Danger funnels.
Danger funnels.
Yes. Everything is dangerous in Florida. I mean, up here, don't get me wrong, we have mountain lions.
We do.
We have mountain lions. We've got cougars.
That's the same thing.
I know. We've got cougars. We've got, I was thinking about their regular names. Cougars. We've got coyotes. Wolves. So, and she swears that we have bears. I've never seen a single bear except for the ones at the zoo. And I haven't even been to the zoo up here, so.
You haven't been to the Seattle Zoo? Oh, now we gotta go to the zoo.
No, we do not.
We do.
Because guess what? It's just like all the other zoos I've ever been to.
Oh, it's a really nice zoo.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of really nice zoos. The San Antonio Zoo is amazing.
Why didn't we go to the San Antonio Zoo?
Because I've been like 15 million times.
I would have gone to the zoo.
As a kid.
It would have been better than the aquarium we went to.
Did we go to an aquarium down there?
In a strip mall?
That wasn't an aquarium. That was a strip mall. That was the River Center. That was a tourist trap.
That was...
Oh, you're talking about the other aquarium in the north side.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crap.
That was so sketch.
Yeah, that was super sketch. That was thrown together by like, what was Irwin's name?
I don't know.
It was like his shady cousin put that thing together.
That was shady.
Yeah. Anyway. 7 a.m. Jesse, what have you done to Sam?
I know, look. I'm trying to get him to be a morning person.
I'm just a cardboard cutout.
Come here.
Alexander Meldrum says, good morning. Blake Cavney says, when I was walking to work yesterday, I got completely drenched. It was like a dang monsoon. Why is your car not working? I thought he had a car.
Maybe it was just... Maybe it's close enough that he decided to walk. Maybe he does that frequently.
Brian says, gaming with ADHD for a reason. Good morning, kids.
Good morning,
Haven't
Brian.
fallen asleep yet, and I didn't even work last night. What? Well, it's probably because you're used to being up, so it's harder for you to fall asleep.
Right.
No one called out. I was scheduled for 11 hours.
Oof.
I usually get that once a week. What? Somebody just gave us $250. Who was that? Doug? That is amazing. He says this is to cover your all-in pledge for Champions of Midgard. Thanks to both of you for being the catalyst for so many new friendships through all the gaming events, Steamers, Gray City, Camas, and the cruise. Dude, you're welcome. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Little do you know that I've already pledged. Well, see, this is the thing. This is when this is my thought process when I read this. How did he know that I already did that? And with Doug, I gotta ask that question first. Doug, how did you know? Because I just did it a couple days ago and I ain't told nobody yet.
You didn't tell me.
I know. I was trying to work up the courage. And Doug's just like, I know what you did on Thursday. What in the world, dude? All right.
You guys are awesome.
Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. That's amazing.
You guys are awesome.
That is funny.
I love these people.
Oh, boy. Yeah. And I couldn't... with their Kickstarter, the way it's their campaign, I couldn't tell if you got the solo pledge with the all-in or if you had to add it afterwards for another $15, because I could not see that it's included anywhere in the deluxe edition. Which my brain says, if I'm paying $250 for your game, you better throw in a $15 expansion, mini expansion. Because I shouldn't, if I'm already throwing you $250, I shouldn't have to throw you another $15 for a solo mode. Your game should include a solo mode at that point. Because it's an all-in. So I'm going to call Lance. I should have called him first. But anyway, I have time to fix it if I was indeed incorrect and it is included. Which I hope it is.
Strider, stop.
Sorry. Blake says, my chemistry teacher in high school gave everyone nicknames.
I didn't nickname everybody, but when I was teaching in the Czech, they came with famous people's names, so I shortened them.
Nathaniel says I can call him Bartholomew. Okay, Bartholomew. Alexander says, I never got asked if I wanted my name shortened to Nate. That's because your name is Alexander. I'm going to call you Mel. No, that would be weird because...
We know a Mel.
We know a Mel. So I'm going to call you Drum.
Drum?
His name is Alexander Meldrum.
Oh.
Drum.
That's terrible.
Or I can call him Ander.
Alex.
No, that would be too easy.
That would be very logical.
When your parent uses all three names, that's when you know you're in trouble. Exactly.
Well, okay, so I always had a problem with this. I mean, I was always in trouble, but no, I wasn't. I was a good girl. But we adopted a dog that was already named when we got her. She was already named. We couldn't change her name. And she had the same name as my middle name.
It's not true.
It's true.
Her middle name was named after the dog.
I was not named after
She tries to subvert this. It's not.
Dog came way later.
I've talked to
Oh
her.
my gosh.
I've talked to her parents about this. She definitely got, because they love the dog so much.
I mean, they did love that dog. She was a good dog, but
yeah, it's the same. It's like Indiana Jones. We named the dog Indiana. Then Salah's laugh is amazing. I can shorten it to Nathan, which is fine. Cool. I'll call you Nathaniel. Now that I have your permission to call you something else. Tom said that the commercial space they found is twice the size of the house
yeah,
they were using as a studio. That is correct. 5,000 square feet. So they're going to have a lot of extra space there in a actual proper studio now.
That's awesome.
So that's going to be awesome, yeah. One time my grandfather found a bobcat outside his house. He got his gun. His wife got her camera.
And who captured it? Who shot it? Shot it, because camera shot. Camera shoot, right? You do a camera shoot, a photo shoot?
Yes.
Why does he look at me like I speak Chinese? Swear.
That is not the face I give to somebody that's speaking Chinese. Black bears mostly. Yes, we have bears, Karen says. Tommy says, good morning, got the package. Thank you. God bless you both. You're welcome, Tommy. Glad it got there. We also have elk. Geese are cobra chickens.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Cobra
Geese
chickens.
are mean.
The Point Defiance Zoo here in Tacoma is very nice.
That's a nice one, too.
But you have to live through an episode of Mad Max to get there.
I mean, kind of.
So they have a hammerhead shark. They have hammerhead shark.
Actually, they have a zoo and aquarium kind of combined, and they're both really nice. I mean, I still love...
Oh, well, from Blake's...
I know.
From Blake's definition here, from his
They have
explanation, I just thought they had sharks
They have
just laying
sharks.
on the ground
They do.
at the zoo.
At the zoo. Desperately gasping for that last bit of...
No, they throw water on them every once in a
okay.
while,
Well, then
just to
they're
make
fine.
sure they're fine.
They also have Siberian tigers, the white tigers.
Oh, the white tigers are the Siberian tigers?
Are you totally messing with me? Why do you gotta be so mean? That's it. I'm bringing him to the zoo. Woodland Park Zoo. It's a great zoo.
The B&I in Tacoma, which is a shopping center, used to have a gorilla named Ivan.
There's books on Ivan, videos on Ivan. It's true. He was in a 6x6 cage.
Blake says, I don't drive, but also it's only like a 5-minute walk. Yeah, but a 5-minute walk in the rain, that's a long walk. I mean, yeah, do you not have an umbrella, dude? You live on the other side and you don't have an umbrella?
Umbrellas over there.
Are you kidding me? Why? It's constantly raining.
You don't use an umbrella. The only time you can tell a tourist is when they have an umbrella.
And now, since we have an eyewitness, we can ask somebody who doesn't use an umbrella while it's raining, what's that like, Blake?
He might have had an umbrella.
No, he literally said
He got drenched.
he got drenched because it was like a freaking monsoon. Umbrellas, dude.
Nobody uses umbrellas. We have...
I'm going to move over there and use an umbrella just so that nobody can say nobody uses an umbrella anymore. No, that's not worth it. I'm
We
not
have
doing
umbrellas in my house here that I moved from the other side, and I didn't open over there either.
Yes, Z and Camilla both said yes to the move. They both enjoyed
Yes.
it. Doug has hacked Sam's computer. I know. The tracker I put on the laptop when you moved. Uh-huh.
Oh, I love
If
Doug
it's
and
called
Emily.
All In, why would you not get it?
Oh my gosh, that makes me laugh so much.
My dad golfs with a guy whose name is Jeff Turner, but he goes by T-Bob.
I mean,
See, that's probably because they've been friends since high school, and there is a story that goes along with T-Bob. That's probably what it is. Or maybe they haven't been friends since high school, but he got that name, T-Bob, from a story in high school. I would almost guarantee it. Sun is coming up so pretty.
is it?
Ivan liked to paint and watch TV.
He did. Ivan the gorilla.
Did you get sent back to Russia?
No, he died in that Tacoma cage.
Ew! So somebody walked in the mall one day.
I don't know.
And there was just a dead gorilla.
I don't remember what the ending of the
That's
story
gross.
was.
No one in Tacoma uses umbrellas because if you do, you'll turn into Mary Poppins. No, that's not how that works. That was actual magic. Mary Poppins just didn't fly away on the wind. She was magical. If you use an umbrella, Blake, it's okay. You won't fly away. You'll stay drier.
No, you don't. The wind is whipping.
That's why I said drier.
No, nobody uses an umbrella. That's dumb.
Oh my gosh. Umbrellas are a good invention. You should utilize them.
No, don't use them. Don't give
Stop
in.
being like the
Don't cave in.
Doug says, I'm hanging out in Kent this weekend, playing games with my brother-in-law, Dave, who is recovering from ankle surgery. I'm sure my win streak is cheering him up. Oh, dear.
That's funny.
Jess is so correct. No umbrellas.
See?
I thought you had said 7:30, 10:30 was the time yesterday. Yeah, well, somebody happened.
I said we can't do 7:30. We gotta go. So therefore, we have to do 7.
Blake says, no, theirs is a story with T-Bob, but there's not a story with T-Bob, but everyone he golfs with has a nickname.
That's funny.
No, Ivan got sent to a zoo in Atlanta.
See, I was like, I don't remember what the ending of that story was. I know he was there a long time.
If you use an umbrella, it turns inside out, and if it's raining sideways, the umbrella won't do
Yes.
anything. Okay, look.
Yes, see?
Look, I'm going to educate you people
You,
on how you use an umbrella. Look, it doesn't have to be held just straight up. You don't have to walk through sideways rain with an umbrella straight up.
nobody holds an
You
umbrella.
can turn the umbrella in the direction the rain's coming.
Now you got your head wet.
No, it's not because it's blowing in sideways. Remember, I used to live in Florida. We have sideways rain there
You
too.
can use an umbrella.
Guess what we use all the frickin' time? An umbrella. And we stay much drier than our
I did not buy an
Pacific
umbrella
Northwest.
at Disney World. I just bought the plastic cloak. I did
apparent
not buy an umbrella.
plastic. Oh my! I threw up in my mouth a little bit there.
I have some.
Hate those things.
I have like
Because,
multiple.
first of all, they don't keep you dry because they trap every bit of heat inside of them, so you are sweating like you're in the middle of the freaking desert when it's raining outside. All those things are humidity ponchos. That's all they are.
I love
they
the
just
ponchos.
up the humidity on your body so that now, I'm not wet with rain. I'm sweating profusely. It's disgusting. And then it sticks to your skin, and you're walking around in this, like, nastiness of a mixture of
I just buy the
rainwater and
ponchos.
sweat. It's disgusting.
I don't buy an umbrella. I just buy the ponchos.
Ponchos are the worst. Thank you, Brian, the voice of reason. Bet you thought you'd never be called that.
Oh my gosh. You guys make me laugh.
Trust me, Sam, that doesn't work. I speak from experience. No one in Tacoma recommends using umbrellas. They don't do anything.
I tell you, this is what I said.
I'm halfway tempted to travel to Tacoma to
Let's
prove
go.
everybody
Let's
there
go.
wrong.
Right now.
People are weird. If it's raining, you use an umbrella. You don't go on a 15-mile hike in the mountains. Bunch of weirdos.
We have Gore-Tex.
I'm going to drive my Subaru out to the mountains because it's pouring rain, and I like walking in the forest and getting wet at the same
Doug
time.
and Emily went in the mucky muck of the
I
Everglades.
know. They're stupid. I love you, Doug.
We
But
love
that
you.
was stupid. And I think Doug agrees with me here.
He didn't want to go on the mucky
I don't
walk.
think he wanted to get in the mucky muck. I think that was all Emily. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Voice of reason? I made a mistake. Brian. Are you a Brian or a Brian? My husband is a Brian. It's weird when you read it because it sounds the same. She definitely typed it differently.
Oh, it's spelled differently?
Yeah, with a Y or an I.
Oh.
If it's windy, to the point the umbrella turns inside out or gets pulled away, then it's useless.
What is that? Who is that logical person?
It's not logic. It's
Who was that lovely
Blake
person?
spouting the same nonsense that you've been spouting with him. You turn the umbrella in the direction of the wind.
We were camping at Mazama or Winthrop a couple of years ago, last year, and it was like barely sprinkling. And Sam asked me for an umbrella, and I looked at him like it was in the morning. You're like, don't you have an umbrella? I'm like, what?
Yeah. She's got everything else in her freaking go bag,
Why would I have an umbrella?
but not an umbrella. And here's the thing. We have umbrellas. We've got 5 of them. They're just in the garage on a shelf. Did you know that we had umbrellas?
Yeah, we bought them in Germany.
Yes. Why? Because they work. Even the cheap ones work if you use them properly. You people are weird. It's
Yes.
the reason we call it the other side.
Flipside.
No. Talking about the other side of the mountains. Dustin Webb, good morning, everyone. Dustin says he is new to the channel. Welcome,
I'm glad
Dustin.
you're here.
Thank you for
Welcome.
joining us, buddy. We appreciate you. He's located in Kansas.
Ooh. That's also flat, but not as flat as Florida.
Laugh all funny. The husband would agree. See?
Whose husband's agreeing with
Karen's?
that he thinks you should use umbrellas?
Yes.
No. No.
Doug says, welcome, Doug. Doug says, welcome, Dustin. We might discuss board games eventually or not. Yeah, maybe.
Saturday mornings are a little bit different.
They are a little bit different.
Because you guys make me laugh.
The cheap ones don't work. I once had an umbrella completely detached because of the wind. Yeah, that's probably correct. I usually don't buy cheap umbrellas. When I was in college, people would steal umbrellas because you would
right, they have the bins.
you would leave it as you walked into your building. You would leave it on the little tube thing in the little tube thing, and then somebody who didn't have theirs would come out and take just the first one that came to. So everybody would put their name on them and their ID number, so that nobody would take it. And even then, somebody still took it. They just wouldn't keep it. They would just put it in the tube at another building. But that would leave you out in the cold. Or out in the wet.
If you just don't use an umbrella, you don't have to worry. I have a good Gore-Tex with a really big hood. That's all I ever wore. I didn't wear it.
Yeah, I haven't worn my
Gore-Tex. Didn't do an umbrella.
My Gore-Tex. Just backed a game called Fromaggio. I think it's called Fromage.
We saw it at Hot Games. I didn't get to play it, but...
Yeah. But Fromaggio is, I think... Yeah, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it.
I'm trying.
So early today. Missed half the stream. I know, Philip. Tom says he did the same thing. Golf umbrellas are nice. See?
Yes.
Golf umbrellas.
I used to have some.
That's where you need... But it's still an umbrella. It works. Golf umbrellas work well. And if you're in Windville, Tacoma, then yeah, buy a golf umbrella. Don't buy a $5 thing from the dollar store. You get a golf umbrella that can withstand all of that abuse.
For a while, when I would buy an umbrella, which was very rarely, I would buy the clear umbrellas only, just so I could see the rain coming down.
Fromaggio is the sequel. See, Philip saying that makes me think it's a joke, or it's a bad joke, actually. Let me clarify that.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
If you want an umbrella, get a golf umbrella. They're usually good quality. Exactly. So, bringing this back full circle, Blake, buy a golf umbrella.
And when you walk to work...
Don't cave in to all of the weirdos that live in your neighborhood that would look at you weird for using an umbrella. Just buy an umbrella.
It's a 5-minute walk.
Buy a golf umbrella. I know, but if it's monsoon, 5 minutes is like a half an hour.
He's got Gore-Tex.
I don't care if he has Gore-Tex.
He's fine.
If you have an umbrella, you'll stay drier.
Okay, we got to talk about
with
this.
With no umbrella. We will talk about that.
We have no time.
We have plenty of time. 25 minutes.
Our stream will only be an hour today-ish, because we have to go to a breakfast this morning.
Yeah, we have our Wenatchee Wild gear on because we have a, well, first of all, it's their last game of the season, possibly. I think they're still out of the hunt for playoff spots, but I think it's the last game of the season, and we have a pancake breakfast with the team this morning at 9, so we have to leave at 8 so we can get in line. Sam has a thing for umbrellas. He bought 2 games about them recently.
I know.
I didn't buy one of them.
Agda?
Agda, I didn't buy that one. That was sent to us for a review. And then umbrellas, I bought. Not a joke, real. Okay, Formaggio is the sequel to Fromage. What's the difference?
I have no idea.
Fromage and Formaggio.
Well, one means cheese, and I don't
The
know
other
what
one means
fromage.
fancy cheese.
Fancy.
Golf umbrellas work if we don't have wind. Golf umbrellas can only withstand so much wind. They're not indestructible. I know that. You point, let me say this again. You point the umbrella in the direction that the wind is coming from. And because the golf umbrella is so large, if you're doing that, it's still covering your head. Hold it next to you so it's like a shield from the wind and the rain.
I don't think he's correct.
Just get an umbrella hat. I knew Philip was going to say something like that.
That sounds amazing.
It's a standalone expansion, Formaggio. French cheeses.
Formaggio is French cheeses.
Well, that's what Formaggio is, French, and it's cheese. So, yeah. I have a Gore-Tex, Sam. I know, and you still complain about how wet you got in your 5-minute walk. So maybe an umbrella is better than a Gore-Tex.
But your feet get wet, and that's even if you had an umbrella. And then it soaks up your jeans all the way up. Ugh. I moved over here.
Oh my gosh.
What now? We got to talk about board games, so Dustin will stay with us.
That's probably true.
Okay, so we're going to do this.
True. All right, so we did get a game in that we ordered at Dice Tower West. We played it at Dice Tower West, and we immediately wanted to buy it, and that is Critter Kitchen. And I did buy the deluxe edition because I didn't want the cardboard. I wanted all the cool pieces. Yeah, it's a big box, let me tell you. It's
hefty.
a big box. Umbrella hats are too small and you end up crunching your shoulders, drenching, not crunching. Yeah, that's true. You're new here, Dustin. Philip likes to joke a lot. So he will say things that don't make a whole lot of sense because he's trying to make a joke sometimes, not all the time. Like, for example, he was not joking about Formaggio, the sequel. But he will make jokes from time to time. There's another guy named Andrew Gunner. He will also make a lot of jokes. So you usually... and Eric. Eric, oh yeah, we got to introduce Dustin to Eric. Eric's not here right now, but Eric is our friendly neighborhood curmudgeon. And he and I have a very special relationship in which he throws a lot of shade my way, and I bounce it right back at him. And that's just how we interact with each other as friends. So if you see some guy named Bushman, 714, getting a little spicy in the chat, that's normal. It's okay. Anyway, there we have it. Eric is a rite of passage. Yes, you've got Micah. Micah the other day was like, why are you being so rude? And everybody was like, no, that's just Eric. It was funny.
All right.
Is it critters in the kitchen as in cooks or critters in the kitchen as in cooking the critters? The critters are the cooks.
It's critter kitchen singular, but it is the critters are the cooks.
Yeah. So, yeah, I struggled with this thing. Well, then, we're all going to get along just fine. Good. All right, so, yeah, Critter Kitchen is, we'll go down to the other angle down here, and, I have to do this.
I got to move it all the way over here.
Like that.
Right there, right?
All right, so Critter Kitchen, yeah, that's pretty good. All right, I struggled with this thing for, what was it, about an hour? Maybe an hour and a half? The other night?
It was at least
putting it together. Because it came with, I think it
36.
was, we counted, I think there was 50,000 plastic bags.
So many.
And 3,600, what were those things?
Silicone
gel packs. So, anyway, these are player shields. So these player shields come folded, of course. And they will they'll have like a player aid on one side of them like this. And then they'll just have a color-specific, restaurant background on the other. So you've got Rosies, and you've got Foliage and Feast over here, the green player, like this. But the other side is the same. You know, it's just a player aid. So anyway, you've got those over here. And as you can see, it goes up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it does go up to 7 players. There are extra pieces for 6 and 7 player games. Normally it just goes up to 5. So then you have this little thing. Game Trays did an amazing job, by the way. Let's move this over to the side real quick so we can put this down. And we'll open this up. And each little piece has its own little spot. And some of them fit better than others, but you get the idea. These are little food truck stands that you can do. And then these are the actual food truck stands. I believe this is an expansion of the game that we didn't play. But you have trophies, food drive, newspapers, cookbooks, dumplings, coffee, balloons, gold coins, ice. Ooh, ow. And then you also have the little gold coins over here that they were talking about, and they're actually gold coins. So nice. I thought that was pretty cool. But you've got the newspapers over here. You have more of the food trucks down here and so forth. And a lot of this stuff, we didn't even play with all of this stuff.
No, we didn't.
This is all stuff that was that's added into the game. This is all like expansion type stuff. So you can get these.
This was a really fun game.
These are the trophies over here. So you can get trophies for different things, like having the most mushrooms, I think, or having the most wine, or having the most cheap bread, that kind of stuff. But go ahead, you were saying something. We didn't even use the
dice. It was supposed to be a fun game. We played it at the Hot Games, Dice Tower West. We really enjoyed it. And the art is so cute. So cute.
And then the next thing is this little thing. And this has all of the different chefs. All of the different chefs that will give you like a special ability, and you have to actually hire them.
They're sous chefs.
Into your sous chefs, yes. But the reason that they're all different shapes is because everybody starts. Let me go ahead and take this out. Everybody has. Let me put this down a little bit. Down here, and so this is like one of the starting players' things. So you have your. This is for the final meal, and you're going to be being able to put out all of these things and so forth. Anyway, while you're going throughout the game, you're going to be choosing where you're going to send your 3 chefs. You're going to either have break time, you're going to send them to the Chef Academy, the Midnight Merchant, to Lantern Lane, to the Air Docks, to the Water Market, to the Desert Vendor, to the Garden Top Shop, or to the Soup Truck. Those are all of the different places that you can send out your 3 chefs that work in your restaurant. So if you send, come out. If you send your small dude out there, he's only going to get 1 ingredient from that place that you sent him to. But he's going to be able to choose first. If you send this person out, he's going to be able to get 2 ingredients, but he's going to pick after all of these small guys have gone. And then this guy gets you 3 ingredients, but he chooses last.
I would like to clarify that my guy never got 3 ingredients.
Yeah, ever. Well, that's because we sent him to the wrong thing. Then you have these 3 plates that are basically whenever you're trying to gather ingredients, and then you're going to put together a put together 3 dishes that are going to score you points.
And your player board fits right here.
Yeah, player board fits in there like that, so that you have a place to store all of your pieces while the game is going on. All right, so that's pretty much that. As far as what does this game play like, think a little bit like a half step up from as far as complexity is concerned, about a half step up from Flamecraft. Now, it's not by the same designers, it's by different designers, but it's by the same publisher and the same artist, which is why it looks very similar in how it actually looks. So here is, oh yeah, everybody has their own. This is their, that's their play area, like the stash. Everybody has their own player board as well. And so this is where you're going to be like putting some of the different tokens that you get and the different cards that you're going to go to. You're going to put those cards that I was showing you earlier. You're going to put one of them here, one of them here, one of them here face down. Then everybody reveals at the same time where you're going to send your 3 dudes out, and then you actually put them out onto the board. And then at the end of the game, you just turn this over and it helps you calculate your final score. And however many points you're getting from your final meal is how many stars you're going to get, and how many stars you have is how many points you have. So it's really a neat system. But anyway, I'll show you all the different artwork that's here. Here is orange, purple. Artwork is amazing. You know, it's definitely the.
I like this one.
Yeah,
This
the
one's
Flamecraft is the Sandara Tang is just an amazing artist. And yellow. So there you have that. Then
It's so cute.
here's the actual board. Go ahead and move those.
It is so cute. The art is so amazing.
Here's the actual board. It's going to be really kind of.
I don't think we can get it in the
No, we
shot.
can't get it the whole thing. So here's the beginning over here. You're going to start. You're going to go through 3 rounds of gathering things, and then you're going to have a meal challenge, where you're going to, if your meal has 6 or more power in the ingredients that it has, then it's going to get you 1 star. 12 or more, 2 stars. 21 or more, and it gets you 4 stars. And then, so you go gather, try to put together meals, gather, try to put together meals, 1 more gathering round, and then you go into the final preparation where you're trying to garner the critic.
We didn't go get Aiden up.
Go ahead and do that.
Do you want to do that? You're better at that.
Sure, you can talk about what you think about this game.
I love this game. I was the one that told Sam we should get it. It's
Oh.
so cute. So we got that in. He spent about an hour putting it all together, getting a bit frustrated, but he put it together. It's beautiful. The artwork is so neat. The game is fun. I'm excited to play it again. Can't wait to get it back to the table. I don't know how to see chat from here because he messed something up and I don't know what to click. Do I click over here, do you think? Okay. Yeah, it was really fun. So I was really grateful that we were finally able to get to play it at Hot Games because I kind of like had to stalk it. But we were there first thing in the morning one day and got to play. Okay, I don't know where we are. Brian says, such a sucker for deluxe gaming. I am too. The metal coins, the metal stars in this game. It's a beautiful game. I super love it. Blake says, good thing about games with shields is everyone gets a player aid. Many games will only include 1 or 2 player aids. Yes, this is nice. I really like that your player aid is right on the inside there. And Tom, it does have reboxing instructions. Thanks for the question, Tom.
What's that?
It does have reboxing instructions, which we followed and we're fine. That did help us a lot, but Sam's coming back. I'm waiting for you, honey. Yeah, it's a super nice game. The art is so cool. Look. Each little character is so different. I'm so super excited. I'm looking forward to playing with it.
All right.
I think we're still on upper camera angle and we only have my hands, so you need to come and flip some things around. Press some buttons or something.
No, we're not done going through the box.
We are going through, we're done. We don't have time.
No, we have plenty of time.
I don't think we do.
Oh, we do. So.
Oh, we do not.
We do. We have plenty of time. All right, so after you put all of that stuff together.
Yeah, Tom asked if it had reboxing instructions.
Yes, it does have reboxing instructions. On top of all of that, you also have this little thing here, which is
the only thing that was a little squirgy, I think.
Little squirgy. Why didn't they just put edges?
Ooh, that was
Why
close.
didn't they, see?
We need
Why
edges.
don't they just put edges on
You
this?
gotta 3D print some edges or make some.
That's not funny. Why did they do that?
I don't know.
They don't put edges on this. It's like, oh, watch them try to pull this out of the box. Exactly. These are little spicy things, so you can spice up your food a little bit. They're worth extra points. They actually double the value of each of your ingredients. And these are like wilds, wild spicy ones, but so they can be added to any ingredient. But then they also have other ones that are ingredient specific. These don't actually go here. I don't know where these go. I just put them right there. This is the actual turn marker, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's super cool.
What is this called?
Pepper mill.
It's called a pepper mill. But anyway, this is the actual round marker that goes on the floor. And then these are all of the cards that go in there as well. So we'll put this over here. Put this over here for right now. We're not going to go through all the cards because there's a lot of them. Then you also have the Chef Academy and the Soup Truck. These are the different places that you can actually go on the board. These are the different locations that we talked about earlier, remember? So Garden Top Shop, the Desert Vendor, the Water Market, the Air Docks, Lantern Lane, and then you also have the Midnight Museum. So this is all of the
Merchant.
Yeah, this is all the different places you can go for those. And then this is like a little leatherette. It's not real leather. It's like pleather. Yeah, it's like pleather, but it's really nice. It's better than the cloth bag that we had at Dice Tower West. But anyway, this is where all of the ingredients are kept. And the ingredients are little wooden tokens that look like so. And I can barely get it in there, but they all have different numbers on them, and that's the strength of that ingredient, how good that ingredient is. And so the more strength that your ingredients have, the easier to reach those different plateaus. Soup is a wild ingredient that you can use for anything. I dropped one. There it is. Soup. So you have bisque, which are worth 3. And then you also have just regular soup. That's worth 1. And it can count as any thing. Then this is all of the stars, and these are metal coins.
Those are so cool.
These are super nice. But they're metal coins. These are the 10s, 1s, and 5s. And these also don't fit in here very well. I think the cardboards fit a little bit better, but it still fits well enough. But anyway, Game Trays did an amazing job with this game. Over here, these are, maybe you can't see them. You can't, I gotta turn it this way. Over here, these are the ingredients that you use for 6 and 7 player. And then these are all of the player things right there. It kind of fits. It doesn't exactly fit. But if I put everything in here, cinch that closed, and then come in here and put this kind of, sort of like that, it kind of fits in there. And this is going to go in here like that. And then these go in here. The smaller ones go in first, like that. Kind of. Yeah, like that. And then this goes in here like this. All right. And then that stupid thing comes back
I
in.
think this has to.
No, I'm gonna.
I wonder if you have to put the pieces loose in here and put the bag on
No,
top.
I am not doing that. I will tell you that much right now. All right, so then this has to be gingerly put inside. And if you can just get that lip in there first, you're good. And this kind of lays in there kind of flat, which is pretty good. Then, on top of that, then we have this, which goes in, no, these go first, I think. These go in here like, no. That goes in there like this, and then this goes in here like that. And then, after that, then you have that one, goes on top just like this, blink. And then this one goes on top just like that, blink-ish. And then these get split up, and they go both going like this. And then those get put on top like that. And then the lid goes back on. And you can see it fits-ish. It has just a tiny smidge of lid lift there. As you can see right there, just a little bit of lid lift, not too much. For all intents and purposes,
It fits.
this is a well packaged game. It was a booger to get everything where it was supposed to go, but it is well done. And if you noticed in there, I'm pretty sure there's enough room for using card sleeves as well. They left enough room. That's why some of those things, some of those card bays look like they're half empty, because they left enough room in there for sleeving cards. So it's pretty cool. Let's see here. I'm such a sucker for a deluxe game. Yep, exactly.
You know it.
Eric is our mascot. Yeah, that's pretty much. That's true. Can you? He's like the mascot. He's like the Mud Dogs mascot from Waterboy. At the beginning of the movie, if he's our mascot, he would definitely be the Mud Dogs mascot. The good thing about games with shields is everyone gets a player aid. Many games will only include 1 or 2 player aids. Yeah, that used to be the thing, Blake, and yeah, I agree with you. There are some that only come with a couple and they expect you to share them. But more often than not, nowadays, player aids are becoming more common, almost like they're a staple, and which is a good thing. It does have reboxing. Curious, do you share the same sentiment as Tom and Mike that you would never want to play with more than 5 people? I've only played with 4. We've only played one game of
4
this.
was fine.
Oh, I need to put this back here. Sorry. We've only played one game of 4, and it was
fine.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was perfect.
The guy that taught us, Nick, and his wife Sally, they were here from the UK, and they had played the night before, or maybe just Nick had played.
No, well, yeah, I don't
remember. But he said he had played a 7-player game of it the night before, and he said he had a blast. But I don't know that I would share that sentiment. This seems like a game that I would want that probably is.
I liked it with 4. Let's play it with 5.
Tapped out at 4 or 5.
Yeah.
See how it goes. If I'm playing a game with 5+ people, it's either Sheriff of Nottingham or
Yes.
a party game.
A party game.
Yeah, that's generally my thought process as well, Blake.
Yep.
Has Jessie been reading the new Hunger Games book?
No.
He's almost finished it. We did watch Maze Runner last night. I know that's not Hunger Games, but it's Hunger Games-esque.
Kinda, yeah.
But we watched the movie for family movie night. We watched Maze Runner last night, and I felt kind of smart because nobody who was watching the game knew that it was a book series, except maybe Dante.
Right.
I think Dante said he said he thought that's how he was introduced to it. He read the Maze Runner book, and then he watched the movie. But I was the only other person that knew it was a book series. Sandara is talented. Her non-board game art is phenomenal and in completely different style.
Oh, really?
That's interesting. I got to look at that up.
Me too. I'm like, oh, because her board game art is so cute.
Are all the players equal, or do they have different abilities?
No, they're all equal.
You can hire sous chefs that will give you different abilities, but everybody else is equal.
Right, and the sous chefs was that big blue tray of all those crazy animals. Those are all the sous chefs.
I don't have the patience for reboxing instructions, Blake says. Like, if I can't just throw everything in the box and put a lid on it, then I don't want it.
Oh, dear.
Sorry, Blake, because this is a good game.
That's really
May
fun.
need to glue some card stock to the bottom of that card tray.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe so. Just bought the last deluxe edition on Amazon, Karen says. Of this
one? Oh, that's funny.
You just need to play more so the pleather bag softens up. Yeah, that's probably true as
helps
well.
too, yeah.
I would not want to have a go through putting everything back in like this every single time. For me, it wouldn't be worth it.
Well, I think once you just get used to it.
It is very satisfying that everything fits in its place. It's a very satisfying thing for me. I don't mind doing it. I will take a few extra moments at the end of a game to make sure that it's put away properly so that when I pull it out the next time, it doesn't take very long to sort it out.
And I would say if you play this more than, I mean, we just put it together. But if you played it, you'd be like, oh, this goes here, this goes here. Just like putting away Blood Rage for Sam. He knows where the things go.
Yep.
It's, you know.
Brian says, I just want more games for 6. Hard to have 3 couples together otherwise.
Yeah,
this
this one
definitely
does
handles
6.
it. This definitely handles it. When you play games with the family, do you play in the studio or somewhere else in the house? Generally speaking,
we play upstairs.
We play upstairs. I use this for work, and if I'm playing a game down here, it feels like work. I still enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but it feels like I'm working. So in order to combat that, we have nice places upstairs that we can play games as well. And Doug said it. Doug said they have a nice dining table for games. You got to come out sometime. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Yeah, we have a big 3x8 table that looks basically like a picnic bench, a picnic table. And we've got benches for chairs. So
yeah, and you pop a nice playmat on it, and it looks beautiful.
Yep, absolutely. I'm just not a very organized person. I don't want my game to be a chore when putting it away. I get that. I totally do. I understand what you're talking about. But I'm going to go a little bit past that and say that if it's going to keep the game stored and safe to where I don't have to worry about things getting bent or crushed or anything like that, especially with an insert from Game Trays.
Yes.
They are an amazing company.
Yeah, it looks so nice.
And they do very well. I know it's 804. I know. See, she doesn't have to say anything. She just has to go. And that's my cue to shut up, stupid.
Doug says you need to come out, and Tom says I want to.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, yes, please.
Just don't sit on the end of the bench. Is that your seat, Doug? No, it's the part that flops up. Remember? Just don't sit on the end when nobody else is on the other end. That's what needs to happen. And if you are on the other end, don't get up without telling people, hey, I'm standing up. Emily, Doug did it to Emily, and she did it to me. I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, you guys make me laugh.
Yeah, when someone else stands up, you'll get dumped on the floor. We didn't actually get dumped, but we did have one of those come to Jesus moments. Yes, exactly. The end of the bench is only bad if you weigh more than the bench. And it's a bench, so everybody pretty much weighs more than the bench, because the bench only weighs about 50 pounds.
Baby Dante.
No,
We'll
even
put
Dante
on
weighs
the-
more than the bench. Even Dante weighs
We
more
went to
than
get
the
his
bench.
permit yesterday, and they asked him how much he weighed. And I was like, okay. I weigh 105.
Sopping wet in a rainstorm. Yes, that is correct. Sam's life flashed before his eyes.
Yeah, it was
kind
pretty
of
funny.
did. It kind of did. All right, we do really have to get out of here. We have to be headed out to our pancake breakfast
Right now.
season ticket holder event thingy. Thank you for joining us here. Dustin, welcome. Glad you were able to make it. Hopefully we'll see you in the chat here. We have lives almost every day. So we have plenty of time for you to, plenty of opportunities for you to interact with everybody else. Thank you everybody else for being gentle and polite, more polite than you usually are. You put on a good show for Dustin. I appreciate that. I'm just kidding. This is how it normally is.
I love these people.
Yep. That's not how lovers work. Bye all. Have a fun day. When will we see you play this? I don't know. I was thinking about playing it this afternoon, but we're not
Yes.
going to live stream it.
But we could play
But
it.
we could play it and get our feet back under us and then see what happens after that. But we'll play it soon enough. We'll play it soon enough.
We'll let you know, Luke.
Yep, we will. Thanks for coming. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Doug, I will teach you Champions of Midgard. And we don't even have to wait for the Ducks edition to get here because that's probably going to take 2 years. But yes, I will. I have a copy. All you have to do is ask.
That was fun.